That is Queen Bee.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
It has been a whirlwind of a time in my life. And I am not even just talking about the docu-series. It has been crazy. I was exhausted and I fell asleep at like a really, really weird time. I cannot speak on it. But something so insane happened yesterday in my life that has nothing to do with the docu-series and has actually been in the works since technically well over a year, closer to 2 years, but more specifically like 7 months ago. Can't do math. It's either 7 or 8 months. So it's a really big deal, and the timing is insane. I wish I could tell you guys more, but if you are hoping for my success in life, I would like to ask for like prayers and good vibes, because if this happens for me, everything's gonna change. So that's all I'm gonna say. I will save you guys the gory, nitty-gritty details because I don't want to gross people out. But during the day I went live, like the day after, was about 3 or 4 days after that, I was essentially incapacitated. Like, I was like barely able to get out of bed, because what I will say is this: in 2024, I had gotten established with a gyno, and I was starting the process of trying to get my PMDD diagnosed. And the thing about that is, because of my size, my experience with that is very inconsistent. So it's been a long time since something like that has happened. And so, like, yeah, when I made that Girl World video, I was absolutely PMSing. However, I stand on business with what I said. However, I think that and a couple other things may not have happened if I could have controlled my irritability, to be honest. But I said what I said, and I meant what I said, and I'm not taking it back. Good vibes to you. Good vibes to you, Amy. I'm gonna make a snack and think about what I want to like cook up, you know? And it's like a healthier vibe to like, it's like if you're gonna put chocolate in popcorn, you know, like M&Ms or whatever. Nicolas Cage plays Dracula. That's cool. Okay. I've not been as in touch with a lot of like world news stuff simply because my own life has been so insane. So it's been a really insane time for me, because there are people who have absolutely nothing to do with the project who are trying really hard to make themselves relevant right now to it, because it's such a popular topic in spaces where they feel like they have some kind of claim, while at the same time everyone is giving me so much shit for like, why are you there, why are you involved, you were never at the house, blah 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 blah, when they've only seen a single quote from me. And really, ultimately, I guess the only thing I gotta say to that is people are asking the wrong question. People keep asking, why is she there? When really, it's the when and the how of it all that I can't get into because of NDAs. I can't wait to watch the project to kind of get a full scope of what's happening. I do want to cook something. I just didn't want to be like super hungry while I was cooking. I'm craving a quesadilla. Ooh. Ooh. That's an idea. I could just have some quesadillas and a bag of salad. That actually sounds fire, to be honest with you. My life has been so fucking crazy, bro. Like, I wish I could just sit here and spill all my tea right now. But I want to say, like, I'm very proud of myself because I've genuinely changed so much in, like, what I share and, like, how I share it. And there was so much drama for days. I'm going to be very blunt about something. When it comes to the topic of my memberships, if you're not a member, I'm not interested in your opinion on my members' content. I'm just not. I was being called a scammer because I canceled a live with every intention of replacing it like I've done every other time. And I was invited that day by Paola to be in her TikTok live. And in DMs, I originally told her no because I'd canceled the live and I knew I was going to get some bullshit. And then I go into the live and I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, it is not the same thing for me to sit here and look presentable and be in a horizontal format with my whole setup and versus laying in bed with like my chin up on camera with like, what was it? Like 6 other people, like, and just occasionally speaking where I'm not the center of attention as I am here. Not the same thing. Like the insomnia, the you know, what I experienced this week, my pain flares, like, it's a long list of stuff. And shout out to my member in the comments who just was like flat out like, yeah, the ableism that they're throwing at you about the live situation is fucking crazy, because it is. What do you mean I wasn't honest? Multiple reaction channels are members, like several actually. And there's also several trolls, and like a lot of the quirky creepy crew. Sometimes I have sound sensitivity, yeah. But if you want to come back later when I'm not chewing on popcorn, you're welcome to. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, what more people need to realize is that not every moment of every piece of content is like geared towards you specifically, you know? Not something like, it's like if I'm watching something and I don't like something or something's bothering me, but I still like the creator, I'll leave for a minute and come back later. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna like stop eating my popcorn just because someone doesn't like my jaw clicking, you know? Like, I can't help that my jaw clicks. Like, it's quite literally out of my control. So Daddy Bear, I know what you're doing. I'm not falling for it. Really out. Like, this is a moment for me. But at the time, I told you guys I had been like dealing with like a lot of hypomania symptoms, and I was very like energetic and up in a way you guys don't see me normally. And I was still in that when it was announced, you know? My entire life, I had a very difficult relationship with my parents. And it's been the past 1 to 2 years where I finally hit a stride where I realized and felt like I had like a really good, supportive, like healthy relationship with my parents, because we had a lot of shit to figure out. Like, the reason she got a psychology degree is because of like me and my brother. The different issues, but like the issues that we had as kids. Straight up, I didn't trust myself to not run my mouth. Because they're so, oh my god, the amount of like tea, the amount of like drama, the amount of like personal life updates I am withholding, I deserve a medal. I deserve a fucking medal. Just curious, I've been seeing post circulating, but you claimed her. What? That never happened. Can you forward me the receipts? What the fuck? I need to see receipts of that. That did not happen. There's no fucking way. I would never do that. What the fuck? That sounds fake. There's no way. I've talked about my granddie dying. My mom's mom. What the fuck? fucking hate Girl World anyway. Well, I will never speak to that person. I'll see the receipts though. AI slap probably, yeah. That's crazy. Would I have done something like that in Psychosis? That I don't remember? There's no way. There's no fucking way that's real. Yeah, I have to say, I think that, I mean, I haven't seen the receipts yet. I have to say that's AI. That's crazy. I would never lie about my mom dying for attention. That's disgusting. That's not something I would ever do. I don't even think that's something I would do in Psychosis. So, like, I'm baffled, and I feel like this is just another attempt to slander my character, so whatever. That's an insane accusation. I love my mom so much. The thought of her dying terrifies me, and I would never put that kind of karma out there. I just think this is in response to the Girl World video, and it's just another effort to be cruel. I think it's sus where the accusation is coming from. Yeah, the same I think if it's the person who wanted to panel with me that someone mentioned in the comments, that's the same person that doxed my boyfriend's Reddit and was calling him homophobic slurs and all the like. So yeah, consider the source. I think I'm gonna make 2 quesadillas. If I don't eat both, I'll save the other one for later, but I'm gonna go ahead. Writing is my passion, and I'm trying to let myself actually embrace that. But that was a backup account. Like, for me to post something like that on a backup account also makes no sense. Like, I really think it's AI. Like, I really, in my heart of hearts, like, I really think that. If anybody's being shitty, fucking boot them. I'm not dealing with it. I'm making some chicken and cheese quesadillas, and I made it on a paper plate, which was probably not the smartest move, but I mixed some salsa and sour cream to dip it in. To be clear to the person I blocked, when I was talking about teen drama, I was not talking about essay. Don't twist my fucking words. I was talking about stuff y'all know nothing about. I breathed wrong. Hold on. Don't you hate when you do that? Ugh. I'll say my thyroid's always been good. I've actually had it checked several times over the years. So, like, I really embrace the phrase, like, to be cringe is to be free. Because I think if you're so concerned about how you're perceived all the time, you're holding yourself back. They were right next to each other. For a 1 pound ribeye versus 2.5 pounds of ground beef, like regular ass ground beef, they were within the same 30 cents of like $16. $16, which for ribeye, that's a little expensive, but like, okay. Ground beef. I'm so pissed. Like, I was annoyed when ground beef was 5 pounds, or $5 a pound. $8 a pound? What the fuck do you mean? God, I would love to do a steak live. That's gonna depend on. I don't have the budget for that. I would love to do a steak live. I would love a steak live, but that is not in the budget. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have both of these because it's 2 half quesadillas. So I think I'm gonna just have both. I'm pretty hungry. I lost 100 pounds, and I gained it back because I have issues with food without the proper supports in place. I will just keep repeating patterns that people will villainize me for. I've been incorrectly typecasted. That they hide behind like faux morality to have an excuse to berate and punch down on people they view lesser than. And I'm a really good target for that because then they can feel like they're better about themselves, that they're not, they're not these certain deplorable things because the target that they're targeting deserves it. I don't know. I don't think you were here in the beginning of the live. I was pretty chill until someone came in here accusing me of saying I lied about my mom dying for attention. If somebody really thinks that I'm this narcissistic, manipulative liar, then like, what the fuck am I gonna do to convince them otherwise? Because they've just inherently discredited every word that comes out of my mouth based on, I don't know, vibes. There's this section of the internet, I refer to them as the quirky, creepy crew, because I refer to my members as the quirky crew. And I got that term from someone else. I didn't come up with it, but that's what I refer to them as because there's like a section of the internet that's not like your average reaction channel. I'm not gonna name names, but like the more mainstream ones that don't fucking interact with me and don't fuck with my real life. As much as I may have my opinions about them and don't like them, they don't fuck with me. Like literally. So cool. Like whatever. Like that's fine. But there's a section of them that dox me and people associated with me. Someone involved with them created fake images of my boyfriend with an ex with a bunch of details that were completely made up that had no sense of reality to them to try to like cause drama between me and my boyfriend. They created this whole fake Reddit post story to get attention. They sent wellness checks to my house when I was in Texas and my brother was here alone. They have sent countless unpaid DoorDash orders to my home. Once or twice I wasn't even live, but most of them have been on lives. They have sent strangers to my home by posting my address online, trying to incite someone else to try to break in again after someone did try to open our door and we had to call the police. And I didn't verbally talk about that at all until the recent Girl World video I made. I never talked about it when it happened weeks back because I didn't want to feed into it, but I'm reaching a point where I feel like the silence gives them more room to cause me real harm. I'm not making this shit up. Anyone perpetuating that narrative is disgusting and they're enabling this shit. I benefit nothing from talking about these things. I get absolutely nothing good out of it.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, my mom did make that for us. Yeah, I did catch like a while back. I think I saw it on like a post somewhere. People were saying that like the pizza sauce that I added the can to whenever that happened, they were saying my mom originally made that on May 8th, and I'm like, I just don't understand if people are like purposefully stupid or not sometimes, because my mom made that lasagna sauce and we have frozen lasagna in the freezer right now. And she made a whole second batch and that's what I had been using, and she made that like literally the day before the day she was leaving. Like, no one sent me any receipts. I'd have to see it, but that sounds like my fucking dyslexia, like using a wrong I spent the morning with my boyfriend. I'm pre-diabetic and locking in on changing my diet. Next step is setting up my little walking pack. Good luck, Kaylee. That's the time to lock in, because once you cross over the threshold, you can never truly uncross it. Thank you, Cadence. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I'm not in the process of pursuing any diagnosis as I don't have insurance. Kathy, can I ask you something? Almost every live, your first question, and like the only thing you say to me is, how is your boyfriend? Can I ask why? It's the only thing she ever asks me. waiting for you to say you broke up. Well, you're gonna be waiting for a turn, babe. You know what? I need to stretch for a second. Oh my god. That actually feels really good on my shoulders. Hey, Liquid Blue, I got a concept. No, that's gross. Sorry. I got a concept for you. It's called compassion. Try it out sometime. And if you're really advanced and get up there, you might want to try out something called empathy. I don't know, man. It might be above your skill level. I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes it's crazy how, like, I'll like put my phone in my hand and I'll start typing and the poem just flows out of me. And it just like comes together like that. Some of my best poems have come out that way. Like, better myself in my life and better myself in my free time instead of watching garbage reaction channel videos all day is like read poetry and like read up on different topics and things like that. In 2014, I fell down a really large flight of stairs and landed on my neck, and I was about this size, and somehow I was mostly unscathed, except I had a mild concussion. A year later, I moved to a different place, and I was in the shower, and I was standing with my back to the bathroom counter. The bathroom counter had like a really sharp corner. It was like where the sink was, and so the tub itself was like U-shaped. It was just a very dangerous setup. We put down some kind of like some kind of like shower pad. It was supposed to help make it non-slip, but it was a suction cup one, and the suction cups came loose, and I fell backwards, and the back of my head right here slammed into basically what was something like this, but much sharper. And that concussion fucked me up. It fucked me up. And unfortunately, I didn't have insurance at the time. So, yeah, I really couldn't do fuck all about it. So, I wasn't able to go to the hospital at the time, no, unfortunately. I did have a best friend at the time who came over and they picked me up and they helped me, like, wash the back of my head and, like, tend to the wound and stuff. But I was wrongfully terminated from my Apple job in like it was January of 2016. I actually ended up I filed for unemployment. They fought me on it. I won my appeal, and like it was determined that I was wrongfully terminated, like officially. Because the company I work for is shady as fuck, and they're awful, and anybody that asks me for my opinion on them, because it was an Apple contract, but I worked for a different company. Yeah, anyone who asks me about them, I'm like, yeah, no, fuck them. I have talked a lot about the hate, because it's been a little overwhelming, but there are a lot of you that ride with me, and I do really try to make sure that I vocalize that I'm grateful for y'all and your support. So I'm gonna just read off out loud what I have written down, what's in our freezers.
So approximately Saturday to Sunday.
I can't use the pool till the weekend?
If the pool is clear and clean, you might be able to do it on a Saturday. Trust me, I've been wanting to swim too. It's getting hot around here. Trust me, you're suffering as much as I am.
I know. No, look. I'm not mad at you. We're trying to save money. It's a learning process. I totally get it. When do you usually go grocery shopping? That's been really complicated because of being demonetized, and then like when my mom was here, like I didn't really need to worry about that. And right now we have a lot of food in the house, so the next time I do a grocery pickup, it's just gonna be like some odds and ends of things. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna do like a big grocery shop. My parents were carrying more of a financial load during that time I was demonetized. And so I'm trying to give them as much money as possible, so it just doesn't get, I just really don't have much to live on. Because I deserve some downtime. Yes, yeah, this is a little too brown for me. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. My friend has been letting me use her Hulu for like years, and when the Docu-series came out, she reached out to me. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited!" I have HBO Max, and I was like, "Wait," I was like, "Hey, by the way, do you have the bundle?" And she was like, "Actually, yeah." And I was like, "Can I use those logins too?" And she was like, "Totally." And I was like, "I love you." Yikes on bikes. When it comes to like the trailer from the Docu-series, I'm aware that like my line is like being memed, right? And like truly, I'm not mad about it because I'll be honest with you. So like the day it came out, I saw the trailer for the first time and it was just kind of like, oh my god, this is crazy. And then like I kept like the trailer kept looping a lot because I was checking it out on a different platform as I was like reading comments. I kept like hearing the trailer and seeing it several times. And like after like a good handful of times, every time I started to say the line, I started laughing because it's dramatic. Like it's kind of like they're doing their job, right? Like production side. And I think for me, the part that I feel weird about is like the way that first of all Stefan is using that to like discredit my participation in it and like discredit documentary kind of period because he's doing a lot of damage control. What I find like mildly frustrating is like I know the context of that moment, what I was saying and what I was talking about. And that's why I'm not indulging the meme. That's why I'm not saying it when people are asking me to. Because in my story, I paid some big prices. I'm getting kind of tired, guys. I think I do want to hop off. I'm gonna go have me some pie for dessert. I think I want to have dessert now.